Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to the Beautè Hustle Podcast, where we educate and elevate in the beauty industry, but also having real and raw conversation. I'm your host, Beauty the Baby Boss, and today, y'all, we got a very special guest in the building, y'all. It's my first interview. We have the one, the only Miss JRenee, y'all. She's the baddest hairstylist in Dallas, and today, y'all know we're gonna keep it real and raw. So let's get into this conversation. So, JRenee, let's tell the folks how you started. How did you get into the hair business?
Honestly, I've been doing hair literally all my life since I was a little girl. Like, my papa was the first one to know this is what I was going to be doing. But full time, after I had my son in 2017, I just started doing hair just to get my body back in working mode. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go back to work in a few weeks. And I just never had to. Like, the clients kept coming and I kept teaching myself all the new trends, and I guess God was like, yeah, this your time. And because before then, I was always scared to go full time because I'm like, ooh, what if I don't make enough money? Because I was already out the house.
Yeah.
So I was very scared, but I guess after I had him, he was like, nope, today your time.
Hey,
so.
Push you out there. So during COVID, since we weren't allowed to be in the shops, what was your transition and how did you manage during COVID?
Ooh, COVID, I was like, ooh, what am I going to do? At first, I just was like, maybe I'll try to do something online, maybe some classes or something. And then I'm like, I still want to do hair. So I was just like, let me try to do wigs. Like, I already took classes on how to make wigs on the machine and everything. I just really didn't do nothing with it. And then COVID, I was like, okay, let me dib and dab in wigs because everybody at home, but some people was outside. You know, they was going on the little cheap flights and they need some wigs because they couldn't go to the shop. So I was like, let me do these wigs. And I was selling wigs. I am good at savings, so I was glad I had my savings. But the wigs, that came through because they was keeping a little extra money rolling. And so, yeah, that's what I did during COVID.
Girl, that's the total opposite for me.
What you do?
I was braiding hair.
Oh, you was having people in the house?
And was.
Oh, see, I was scared.
Now, see, look, I ain't gonna lie. The first month, like when it first hit, when they first shut everything down, I was terrified. I was like, because in the Facebook groups, I was very new to Dallas, and that's where, all the promo was going on. I was getting my clientele, and they were reporting people.
Yeah,
they was reporting people, and I was so scared. I'm like, look, I didn't work too hard for my stuff. Like, I'm not trying to pay no fines and nothing. So for the first month, I wasn't promoting. I just, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, my brain was so focused on braiding. So I'm like,
and you get bored.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta do something. I'm like, with the wigs, I wasn't there with it yet with the wigs or whatever. I would make them for myself, but I was never finna like put it out there for somebody to purchase. So. People was just hitting me up in the DMs. And
people was freaking out.
Yeah, I was like, God, please don't let this be a person that's finna snitch on me.
Right.
But baby, I ate during COVID. I definitely ate during COVID. So after COVID, did you go into a suite or a full service, like open floor salon?
I went to a suite. I like suites better because I like the intimacy of just the one-on-one. And, a lot of women, when it comes to hair, if their hair is not the healthiest, they're a little insecure about it. So they don't want, like, everyone out in the open to see all their insecurities. So I went to a suite when we got able to go back out after COVID. And I've been in a suite ever since, honestly.
So have you ever worked in an open floor salon?
When I had my son, yes. Like, because I was doing it in the house, and I'm like, nah, I got a newborn, can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, touch a baby, don't touch my baby. So, yeah,
Period.
I went to open floor for a little bit. Then I was just like, that's what I think when suites started getting popular.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
After COVID, it was like, boom. It just like, the suites was booming. Everybody wanted a suite. Suites was popping up left and right.
And they're ridiculous. The cost of a suite is rent.
The cost.
It's rent.
Girl.
For one room.
One.
A closet.
Yeah, 100 square feet.
It's crazy. I feel like I'm in New York.
Ridiculous.
No,
and that's what I want to touch on because a lot of upcoming hairstylists that, they're very good at what they do. Clientele is booming. They want to get out there. And of course, it's when you get a suite, it shows you a boss. Like you got you done it. You got your own or whatever. But like they really don't know like what all come with that. Like you really have to have the clientele to manage that suite.
You can't just walk into a suite.
Yeah, it's not like an open floor salon because I have experience in both, as you did. And with the open floor salon, especially, they're more lenient with newcomer hairstylists, you know, getting clientele, getting walk-ins and stuff like that. With the suite, where's the rent?
Nobody's going to see you when they walk in. Like, you have to bring the people in to your suite. So with the open floor, I definitely would recommend somebody fresh out of school or, you know, still trying to get their feet wet. Go to open floor first because you have walk-in access. You know, you get to see what the other stylists next to you are doing. You can ask for help, you know, see their techniques and all that before you kind of venture off to a suite.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that fresh out of school because...
Yeah, let me tell y'all, because we going to keep it real and raw. Fresh out of cosmetology school, even if you don't go to cosmetology school, fresh outside of your house, you need the exposure. I know y'all like, well, I just want to be to myself, or, you know, I don't want to be involved in all the drama or whatever. Let me break it down like this. When you go into an open floor salon, your objective is to get your money and go home. Get your bread, do that hair, get your bread, then leave. Okay? In that order. A lot of y'all are young, so y'all get into this thing of, I want to be around like-minded people and all this stuff. And just because y'all do hair doesn't mean y'all are like-minded.
Right.
Okay? Doesn't mean y'all have the same objectives. Doesn't mean that y'all have the same goals. So be very reserved with your energy. You don't have to be standoffish, but just know when you walk into the salon, that's your job. And you should treat it like your job, okay? Don't be too overly friendly, sharing your business, getting into the drama, because that's when that environment becomes toxic. That's when the environment gets to where you probably don't want to come to work because you know that person's going to be there or whatever, when that shouldn't even be in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Get your money and that's it, okay? And on top of that, being in an open floor salon is more affordable.
Very much
It's
so.
more affordable. Look, I get sometimes y'all be like, y'all want to step out on faith, but baby, make it make sense along with the faith.
Smart.
You got to be smart with it. If you know you don't have that type of clientele or that type of following, you should not be going into a suite again, because nobody's, like she said, nobody's handing you anything. Nobody can't see you. When you are in a suite, it is you and only you. Those are people from your bookings, from whatever marketing you do, whatever promotion you do. It is all on you. But the benefits of being in an open floor salon, especially as a new hairstylist, is so much exposure. You never know who's walking. There's people walking in every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? And if a salon has a braider, a wig artist, somebody that does sew-in, a lash tech, they have probably one of everything. If you're the in-house braider or the in-house sew-in person, all those people walking in and out, those clients are going to stay in that salon because they feel comfortable in that environment. So you need to be there every day. Just like I talked about on my last episode, whether I had clients or not, I was at the shop. I was at an open floor salon for a whole year, and I was at the shop from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. posting, hey, I'm here, I'm taking walk-ins, I'm available. And my clientele started to grow because people knew I was there every day. I was dependable and I was available. Okay, so don't knock the open floor salons, because, baby, they are a blessing when you ain't got no coin. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So, with your experience when you were working at the open floor salon, what was your experience like? And you can keep it real and raw.
No, I can say I was very blessed. Like, honestly, social media was out. I'm not that old. I'm just about to be 30, y'all. I don't want to make it seem like I'm old, but
we the same age. I just turned 31. Turned 31.
Make it sound like I'm saying back in the day. But social media was out, but it wasn't more so like reels and videos and all that. So it was still word of mouth for me. So back then, how I really became known first was stitch braiding, and stitch braiding wasn't popular back then. So I was one of the very few ones who knew how to like actually get the stitches kind of clean. And when I look back at my work, I'd be like, y'all thought that was neat.
Oh, talk about it. When we look back,
a mess.
They paid
for
that.
Big.
Oh, they paid for it though.
They was bulky, but they thought it was like so cute. But anyway, yes. So my work was my marketing. So when somebody walk out the shop, instantly they'll text me, not even 30 minutes later, I gave your number out to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and I just always had a clientele. That's why I was like, dang, I guess I don't have to go back to work, you know, because I kept getting them in. Because they were always looking like, oh, I want those braids compared to just the regular feed-ins or cornrows with the knots, you know. So I was very, very blessed because I didn't. And even I'm very introvert if I'm not familiar with the people, you know. Like, I like to keep to myself. I'm very observant. That's what I can say. So even on the open floor, I was quiet. I can't say that. Like, I kept to myself. You would have thought I was in a room because I went in, I did my braids, and I was gone. But it was a good experience. I don't think I have any complaints. I don't have any complaints. And then once I gained that clientele, and it was becoming a lot, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to give me a little suite so I can just do, you know, one at a time. And it just worked out. Always.
So did you attend cosmetology school?
Yeah, I did.
Where did you go?
Ogle.
How was that experience for you?
It was okay. If I'm going to keep it real.
Real and raw.
It's just, they teach you the basics, the minimal basics. And then they send you out there. They get their money, they send you out there. Whether you grasp everything or just grasp one thing, they send you out there. Me personally, I learn more outside than inside. I self-taught myself a lot of stuff. I'm not even gonna lie to you, a lot of stuff. I self-taught myself, but I'm not saying don't go. Absolutely go, especially for like cleanliness, especially when it comes to chemicals and coloring, for sure. You need the knowledge. But as far as like extensions and wigs and all that type of stuff, like the trendy things, go to the stylist you follow, that you look up to, that you're inspired by. If they offer classes, take those classes, those webinars, and then, you know, keep practicing at it and then build your clientele and find your niche and go from there. But school, it's only going to teach you so much. I'm not going to lie to you. It's only going to teach you so much.
Yeah, because when I go speak at the schools and I ask them, like, what was your reasoning for coming to cosmetology school? And they all say, well, a lot of them say, I wanted to learn how to do hair. And then they're like, well, we're not learning anything. And I'm just like, well, you came to cosmetology school for the wrong reason. If you thought you was finna come to cosmetology school and learn how to lay a lace, learn how to braid, a sew-in braid down, all that good stuff, y'all have
very disappointed.
Very disappointed. Y'all have to understand when it comes to cosmetology school. To me, the license just covers you using chemicals. That's what my educators told me. That's literally it. Like, that license just legalizes you to use chemicals.
Paper.
That's it. A piece of paper that says I can put this lightener
on your hair,
on somebody's scalp. Okay, now what happens after that? It is what it is. But that just says that I can do that. So y'all have to listen to what she's saying. If you're wanting to do what we do, we went to cosmetology school and look what we're doing. We use some of the stuff that we've learned, of course, but it wasn't necessary, and it's not. We don't need it.
I don't want to knock you. Like, yeah, I'm not saying don't go, but it's like you said, we think or thought that we were gonna get a lot out of cosmetology school, and you get the opposite, like the complete opposite. So.
But I will say this, because when I go speak at these schools, I just had a girl from Woman Evolve.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was at Woman Evolve waiting on my Uber, and she's like, "You can sit next to me," and I handed her one of my flyers because I'm a baby.
Market 40,000 women. Market.
Hey. Had 1,000 flyers, okay, baby. It was 40,000 women up in that building. Somebody getting a flyer. Somebody gonna follow me. Something, okay, baby. The marketing is always on. But I sat next to her. I gave her my card. She's like, "Oh, I'm a hairstylist too."
Cool.
And she is from Atlanta, and she's currently in cosmetology school. And she pretty much said the same thing. Like, I went, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that I wasn't going to get what I thought I was going to get or whatever. And she was like, what would be your advice for me to, you know, being that I'm still in this process? What I will say is when you're in a cosmetology school, I kind of relate it to going to an actual university. You know how after high school we go to college because college gives us some time to grow up. It gives us some time to develop and structure ourselves and who we are, what we want to be, how we want to conduct ourselves in our careers. Cosmetology school gives you that same opportunity. And my advice to her was, take this time to really perfect your craft, perfect your professionalism, perfect your sanitation, perfect your marketing, because when I tell you that year is going to fly by so fast, and if you're sitting in cosmetology school and you just sitting in the bag, just letting time fly by, and you're really not putting your all into it or whatever it is that you like and what aspect you like it in cosmetology school, by the time you get out, you're going to be like me. Well, 50% of me was like, I let so much time pass me by. And now I'm in the real world now.
Yeah.
Now I got to figure it out. When you leave cosmetology school, that's when the real learning starts. You don't learn until you leave. And what I mean by that, like, for example, like when coloring somebody's hair, yes, we're learning how to color. And if you went to Paul Mitchell, you're actually working on real clients, but it's very seldom when you do get to work on those actual clients. And it's not you're working on blondes, highlights, lowlights, shadow roots, like all that stuff. That's not until you leave. So that's when the real work begins and the real experience begins. So my advice is, if you are watching this and you are in cosmetology school, utilize that time to perfect yourself in totality. That way, by the time you graduate, you can go into a suite.
Yeah.
The way social media is right now with TikTok and Insta, if you are not vlogging and documenting, what's the word? I can't say it.
Documenting.
That word. What she said, that word, and putting it on TikTok, you are missing out on potential clients. You're missing out on potential opportunities because people love a growth story. They love to see somebody grow. I have people all the time that book with me and be like, yeah, I've been following you since years ago, and I just love the way you've grown and how you do things, and I decided to come on in. But I was consistent with posting, and I keep it really raw on my platforms too. So that would be my advice about cosmetology school. That's my little rant about that.
Even with cosmetology school too, with the open floor, get clients to come in there while you at school.
That part.
Because just like, it's really wild to say, like, I had a client, she came and I did her hair while I was at Paul Mitchell, Ogle, wherever you are. And then 10 years down the line, like, nobody else is touching her hair but you. So it's like, at first you were playing in her hair,
Yep.
she was letting you,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now it's like, can't nobody touch me. It's like, take that time, that open floor, that experience, because then you also have somebody there to come help you while you're there.
Yes,
you
the
take
help.
that knowledge with
Yes,
you when
the
you
help.
leave, because
Yeah.
once you leave, like you said, you by yourself. It's
You
no
out
teacher
here.
you can come,
You
what am I
out
supposed to do
here.
right here?
Honey.
Take advantage of it, please. Take
Baby,
advantage. I would
the
say that's like
help-
the best part of it.
Yes, the help is necessary. To piggyback off what you said about the client following you. When I was in Paul Mitchell, I did my first color. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was shaking like a stripper. I was so nervous, but I begged them to put me on the list to do color, because that's why I joined the school, because they are the best at color. And I did her color, and I was, doing my thing. And I want to say 2 days later, I got called into the office thinking I'm in trouble. And the lady, she left a message on the school's answering machine directly to me about how I conducted myself during her service. We connected on her husband had just passed away from cancer at that point. And my father passed away from cancer. So we were just talking about the similarities, going back and forth to the hospital and everything like that. Her similarities with my mom being a wife, losing her husband and stuff like that. And just me pouring into her. And she was just like, I have not felt beautiful since my husband died. But that day, you made me feel so beautiful. And she ended up following me. This was back in Little Rock, Arkansas. But she ended up following me out of the salon. So don't think that you can't impact somebody just because you're in school. Okay? You can touch people. You can even touch the students around you with your energy, with your knowledge and everything. So take advantage of the reason why you're there. There's a reason why you're there. There's a reason why certain people are sent to you, and make sure you are doing what you are called to do.
Because, baby, when I say them students used to come to me with braids, like, oh my gosh, Jasmine, like, can you just teach me how you braid like that? Because I've been braiding since I was 6, so I knew how to. I could do a braid, whether it was stitching or not. I could do a braid.
Yeah.
I tried to ask the teacher, and she said she's not good at braids, so I'm trying to see, and I'll just be looking like, this their job. Why they coming to me?
Yes.
But they really wouldn't, like, some teachers, they wasn't teaching you nothing. Like, they'll be like, oh, go read the book. The book can't teach you how to cornrow.
It don't.
It can't. It'll show you a picture.
It'll show you
but
a
they don't know
picture.
which way to cross the webs. Like.
And it'll show you a picture of somebody who doesn't have our textured hair.
Thank you. Because it's very different when you're braiding. The silky and the coarse and the curly and the kinky. It's
true tea, y'all. You are not going to learn about. Look, y'all. We keep it real. This platform is to like really educate y'all. You are not going to learn about natural hair in cosmetology school. If you have a black educator, because we had one.
Yeah, I had a good one.
Yeah, we had one, and she took her time to teach us, what she could, when she could, without unfortunately being caught.
Yeah, basically.
Okay? But learning our hair is not something you're going to learn. It's not a requirement to get your license in the state of Texas. Just so you guys know, just actually a few months ago, TDLR changed the requirements with doing natural hair and what requires you to have a license to work in a salon establishment. Back in 2015, I preached this on all of my platforms. Back in 2015, Erykah Badu's Hairstylist went to the Supreme Court and basically petitioned that, knowing our hair, there's no chemicals, there's no science to it. They don't even teach it in cosmetology school. So therefore, why do we need a license to do what we do? Braiding came from our motherland.
Yeah.
Why are you requiring me to have a license to braid somebody's hair?
Right.
You're not teaching me to do it. You're not teaching me how to do it. You're not teaching me the anatomy of it. So we don't need no license for it.
It's no chemicals or anything involved. So what?
That part. So after 2015, that's why there was like such a big surge of a lot of hairstylists going into salons without a license under natural hair or braiding, because the law in all 50 states does not require us to. Now, New York just changed theirs about, I think, like 2 months ago. Don't quote me on that. But it was sometime earlier this year. New York is the only state that requires you to have a natural hairstyling license, and the course is like 12 weeks. But all the other 49 states, you don't need a license to braid or do natural hair in a salon. And TDLR in the state of Texas just changed that you do not need a license to do any type of extensions, okay? But you do need a sanitation thing, so go on to their website and get that, okay? Because y'all need to learn how to sanitize. But yeah,
Listen,
just let y'all know that.
with the license, just because you got a license don't mean they're clean.
Talk about it.
I've seen plenty of stylists. I've sat in some chair of some stylists, and I didn't see that blue water anywhere.
Oh, nowhere.
I didn't see it anywhere, So just because they have a license doesn't mean that they're clean.
You know what? Let's stay on that topic of the stigmas of licensed versus not licensed, because this battle, we see it every day on TikTok.
I just seen a reel about that.
I'm so exhausted about hearing it, because it's really the clients that think they know what they know, and they actually don't know anything. Because I've been in salons where somebody was licensed and could not do a lick of hair.
It doesn't mean you can do hair. It just means you pass the test.
You pass the test. That's it.
That's it.
And there's people who have went to cosmetology school and didn't even take the test, working in salons, striving, thriving. Like,
because some people are not good. Like, they can know the knowledge, see the knowledge, how to do hair. They can pick that up really good. But some people are just not good with paper tests, and they couldn't pass the test. But they can do hair like nobody's business. So you telling me you're not going to go to that person because she didn't pass the written test? No, because if she do your hair like you want your hair done, you're going to keep going to her, because the person who have the license may not do your hair like you like. And then you're like, well, you're the professional. It's a piece of paper, baby.
It's a piece of paper.
It's a
And that piece of paper don't make you professional.
It doesn't, because they don't be sanitized. They don't be professional. You know, you be waiting 2 and 3 hours, or you already, you know, been started on, but you don't leave till 10 hours later. Like, it's just who you go to, because every stylist is different. And, you know, whatever works for that stylist works for that stylist. Because some people, they like to do back in the day and rotate 10 people at a time.
I used to be
that
one
works
of
for
them.
That keeps them, you know,
busy,
keep them going. And like me, I want you in and out. I want to meet you. You get your experience. And then, you know, you go about your business and you have the rest of your day to do whatever you want to do. But again, pick your person, but just don't knock somebody else because they're not doing it like what you think they should be doing.
Let's talk about it, because I'm tired of hearing about it, and it's so annoying. Like and you know what, with the license, the people that be talking, I'm just like, when did everybody become so bougie? To where, like, even with the working from home, do y'all know it's a lot of licensed hairstylists that choose to work from home? That's a choice. It's not because it's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're more comfortable. There's nothing wrong with it. And some people literally turn their garage or make like a whole side of their house like a salon, or build something in their backyard.
Yes.
And it's nothing wrong with that. To me, as long as it's clean.
That's all they care about. Like, that's all they care about. Because a lot of people that take my class, or like just like up and coming braiders in the industry, like they see, well, I'm transitioning back into a salon suite, but I have been working from home for about almost a year now. And they're just like, I don't know, like, people don't want to come to my house and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, look, you would be surprised. I'm going to be honest. I actually make more money working from home.
Because you're saving. You're not paying rent. You're not paying suite rent or booth rent.
Yeah. Like even my clients, like, they're like, I love your house. Like, for one, it's just me. I don't have any kids, not a relationship. So it's very quiet. Like, I set the atmosphere. They have snacks. They have refreshments. Like, it's clean. Now I've got the aesthetics. Like, all of that is there. And all they care about is that it's clean. It's clean, and I'm professional, and I'm getting the job done. Okay? So to all my up-and-coming hairstylists, block out all the noise of the people saying, you know, you work from home, you're unprofessional or anything. It's what you make it. It's what you make it. I teach my students in my class, if you work from home and you got kids, get a little corner in your living room. Set a little area up, you know, for you to work, and that area needs to be spotless. I mean, your whole house needs to be spotless, but you know what I'm saying? You know, it needs to look like something. And the clients that I service, y'all would be surprised. I don't know why this happened, but when I went back into going to working from home, my clientele did a drastic change. And what I mean by that is I started to service doctors, more lawyers, more nurse practitioners, more millionaires, people flying me out to them, like millionaires in my house.
Because they want that one-on-one. They want the intimacy.
Multiple.
A lot of them, like the higher end clients, they don't like where it's a lot other people around. They don't like that. They like to just you and that person. They, you know, they get in, they get out. Again, they know they see you clean. That's all they care about.
And it's a good service.
I get it.
That's all they care about. So don't get discouraged, y'all. If you gotta thug it out at home for however long you need to, look, God gonna provide. Okay? You're looking at one. He's gonna provide. Like I said, it's all about the environment. You making it clean. You being professional. You getting the service done. That's all folks care about. And if somebody rapping about you work from home, that's just not the client for you. You cannot make everybody for you. God is gonna send you the people that's for you, and you work with that. You gonna make your money. You're not gonna see no drought or nothing like that, because it's thousands, millions of us working from home and still thriving at what we do. So it does not make a difference. It's just about what you make it.
And don't take every client that either causes a problem or you feel like,
Ooh.
They canceled on you, don't take
Come
it as
on.
it's something you did or you're missing out. Sometimes that's God's way of canceling out people who should not be in your chair, should not bring certain energy into your home or your suite or wherever you're doing here, because that's a real thing. I know in the beginning I used to be like, oh man, like she canceled on me, or
Yes.
oh man, I tried to make it work, or I tried to accommodate her, and like I don't want her to think I'm unprofessional.
Yep.
Now, baby, that ain't nobody but God moving you out the way. That's really how I look at it, because some people really come in your space with bad energy. Bad vibe, negativity. You don't want that. Like some people, you got to pay attention to that, because not everybody is supposed to be in your space. Some people send people to come sit in your chair. To bring negativity or to get information out of you, because they don't want to put their face. Like, y'all have to pay attention to that. Be very observant. I am an observant person.
Girl.
Y'all have to observe, because when I say some people out there who are dirty and they want you to fail and they want to put negativity in your head, they will do it. And if they throw the stones, hide the hand, that's the thing. They're going to send somebody else to do their work for them. So don't look at it as a loss every time, because sometimes it's not a loss.
Yeah. And it's nothing that you did wrong. Like she said, that's just God blocked it. He blocked it. And I'm very big on that too. Energy, especially in my suite, wherever I work, but in my home.
Because that's where you lay your head. You can't play about that.
I'm setting the atmosphere every morning. So I know I don't give disrespect or bad energy.
You're not going to bring it to me.
You're not going to bring it. Baby, I will refund the deposit so quick. What's your Zelle?
Because we're not even finna argue. I don't have to explain myself whatsoever. And that's not rude or unprofessional.
Yeah,
that's just, I already see how you're coming at me over the slightest thing. I already know what type of time you're going to be on.
This is not going to work.
So and I'm not going to be uncomfortable in my place of business.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one paying for everything over here. So if you can't get with the program, then I'm not the stylist for you, and that's okay.
And it's okay.
It's okay. It really is.
It is okay. Like she said, everybody is not for you. How do you feel about doing family and friends?
Ooh.
And do you have a story?
Yeah, a few. In saying this now, some people may be like, well, why not? Or, if they're your real friends or, if they're family. But everybody, just because they're your friends and your family, like, they don't understand. And sometimes they don't know how to, differentiate between the two. Like, okay, yeah, back in the day, you my cousin, you my friend, you my sis, or whatever the case may be. I'm still in the learning process back then. You're like my test dummy. Like, hey, girl, let me do this. I'm trying to learn how to do this. Can I do this for free? Or just give me $50? And yeah, that's cool. But when now this is my business, like, I know what I'm doing. This is my profession. Like, no, I'm not doing your hair for free. Like, this is how I pay my bills. And sometimes, if so, let me offer.
Yes, yes.
Don't expect it to be free, because that's not fair to me. If you have a business and you want me to support your business, and everybody knows when you're an entrepreneur and you're starting up, you're dishing out a lot of money to build your brand. For me to come in and be like, oh, girl, like, can I get this for free? Like, that's kind of disrespectful. Unless you offer it, that's cool. And sometimes when you offer it, I'm like, nah, girl, I'm going to give you something.
Yeah.
But that's just how I look at it. But I've had cases, and I've lost friends to where I didn't do their hair for free like I used to. And, they feel some way or they take that personally. But it's like, I've been doing your hair for free for how long? Or you've been getting a discount for how long? And this one time now, all of a sudden, now we can't be friends because I didn't do it for what you feel like I should.
Users.
Like, that's not cool. But in the beginning, it used to hurt my feelings. But now, girl, I don't care. Like, that just, again, guys pushing out who don't belong in this season. I don't take it personally no more. Even family, family is a little bit more difficult because you can't get rid of your family. You know, like you can, but you can't.
Let go my mama.
Yeah, like, but I mean, I can say some come, when they have the funds because they don't want to ask for a discount or whatever.
Yeah.
And then some, don't at all. But maybe some who don't get to come, they'll still maybe post and, still promote for me, even though they don't come sit in the chair. And then there's some who don't do either, and again, that's fine too. But it just shows you, like, when you elevate and you're, climbing up the ladder and you're doing good, it lets you see who's with you for real and who's not.
Mm-hmm. It do.
But you got to learn how to take your emotions out of the equation.
Ooh.
Because your feelings will get hurt, because it'll be the people you thought would never turn on you.
People you thought
and
was
them
ride.
be the ones who do it the quickest. Like, and you just like, well, what? But it happens. It really happens. And I hear that from a lot of people who own, like, large businesses or entrepreneurs who've been doing it for years. They always say, if you can help it, don't do friends and family, because it always is going to cause an issue in your relationship. Mm-hmm. And then you feel like you have to choose. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to choose business over friends, because then they look at you like, you really choose money over me? It's not about the money. It's about the boundaries and respect.
The respect, yes.
And some people, they don't know how to, like, stay within those lines. So, again, just take your emotions out of it, because trust me, you're going to be on an emotional roller coaster if you do.
Yeah, caring about that, because it took me it wasn't until really when I graduated cosmetology school.
Yeah.
That's when I took my feelings out of it. And
You
that
have
was,
to.
2018? So that's not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But even before then, like before I left St. Louis, I had started charging $25 deposits. And I got that from an OG I was following on Facebook or whatever. And because I got tired of people, and really family members, just showing up whenever they want to, or not showing up at all. And it's just like, dang, respect my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, either at the time I had a job, but if this is my day off, but I'm setting up, I'm going to buy hair and stuff like that, like, and you just not showing up, not communicating or whatever, like, it's rude and it's inconsiderate. So I text my cousin, she wanted her hair done. Mm-hmm. And she had not shown up like at least 3 times in a row. Mm-hmm. And I had it. I was just like, you're going to have to pay a $25 deposit. Back then, I didn't have the lingo I had. So I was like, you're going to have to pay a $25 deposit to secure your spot. So I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you're doing too much. I'm not giving you no money. I ain't serviced her since. Because, baby, you ain't the client for me. Yeah. A lot of family members, they want to come to you because either they can get over on you, because they know they're going to get a discount, or try to get a discount, you're cheap, and they don't have to abide by any rules when they come to you. But you have to teach them to respect you boundaries and your brand. Like, I don't play that. Any family member that I do service, they know not to play with me. Like, it's very simple with me. Book your service, pay your deposit, show up. That's it. That's it. I ain't got no shucking and jiving. You got the address. You ain't got to text me or call me for nothing unless you want a different hair color, stuff like that. Yeah. But as far as like my booking process is very simple, very easy. Mm-hmm. Pay it. I see you when you get here. That's it. But when you get all that extra hey, I don't got time for all that. But see, that's when the respect factor comes in. Even with friends, like my friends, I use them as models. But I don't never ask for nothing, but they always give me something.
Yeah.
And it just be random. Like, you didn't have to do that. Or if I know my friend don't have it, girl, come on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But those are my best friends. Like, those are people that I'm rocking with. They promote me. They sending people my way. They blessing my chair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you blessing my chair over and over again, I don't have no problem.
Yeah.
Doing your hair if you don't have it or you short its hair. Like, I do it in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you want to offer a discount, or, you know what I'm saying, want to do it for free, for the people that's really showing you on a consistent basis that they rocking with you.
That's proving themselves.
Girl, but if they ain't, here's the link is in my bio.
Because some people look at you as convenience.
Yes.
And when you're not convenient for them anymore,
yeah.
Oh, baby, it's a wrap. It's an issue. It's a problem. So make sure you're not that convenient friend or convenient family member. Don't always be available. Because you can be. And for you, it can be draining, because it's like, I always show up for you. Always. And then when I don't, it's a problem. It's a big blow up. It's an issue. And then, too, some people look at it like, I know, like my best friend, she doesn't come get her hair done by me often at all. And people be like, oh, you don't take that personally? Like, why she go somewhere else? No, because she comes to me when she has the funds to come to me, because she does not want to ask me for a discount whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, you work hard. That's your business. Like, I know I'm your best friend, and you do it for me anyway. But I'm not booking an appointment until I know I have the funds to. And that's okay. I don't take that person like, oh, you my best friend, and you gonna let somebody. No. It's nothing.
Stop
it's
thinking
nothing
like
wrong with
that.
that. It's
No.
nothing wrong with that. Like, people have literally tried to cause issues, between us because of that. It's like, that's our thing. We got an understanding.
Yeah.
So why come in and try to, make an issue that's not even an issue? It's okay. It's okay to have those friends who want to support you fully and not just partially. It's okay.
Yeah. And my best friend does the same thing. Like, she go get her hair done by other people.
Have anybody ever asked you, like, oh, she got her hair done? Did you do her hair? You say no, and they like, ooh.
Yeah, we cut her off. Yeah.
It's not a problem. Like, why you trying to make it a problem?
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'm just like,
she's not obligated for me to only do her hair. Like,
right.
It's
like,
okay.
I don't care.
But
like,
some people,
I don't care, like, at all. I don't care.
They feel like you're not her friend because you don't go get your hair done by her.
No, because even if, like, she don't get her hair done by me, one thing about it, if don't nobody post, repost, share, she gonna do it.
Yeah.
Okay, even if she rocking somebody else's hairstyle.
She's still gonna post her stuff.
Yeah, she gonna tag that person who did it, but during the week, she's sharing my stuff. Like, so what?
As it should be.
There shouldn't be no question mark there. And then on top of that, if you a real one, you gotta pay a pretty penny to sit in my chair. You do. And if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And if my friend don't have it, but that's out of, like she said, just like how your friend respect your chair, my friend does the same thing to me.
Yeah.
But that's a real one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting in my feelings if she can't sit in my chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's childish.
It is.
No, we don't care about stuff like that. As long as you can see that they are supporting you, even if they're not in your chair. That's what matters. Okay, it's not to say they don't like your work, because our work is top tier.
Yeah.
We know that. Best friends know that. Okay, we gonna eat down every time. It's not that.
Period.
But that's childish. Don't. No. Oh, I feel like I'm talking to Larry.
What they say at One Vibe, you can't do everything.
It can't. When she said that, I felt that, because baby, I
don't ask.
I don't ask for help. And you know what? The reason why I don't ask for help is because, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate to this, I don't want to seem weak.
Yeah.
Don't want to seem weak. And I feel like in this industry, when you voice that you don't know something or you need help with something, like, people kind of like try to take advantage of you. And I'm only speaking about this because this is something that I've experienced, not once, but twice. Well, 3 times since being in Dallas. I ain't gonna hold you. So that's why I don't ask for help. And if I do, it's I gotta pray before I open my mouth to who I'm opening my mouth to. Because again, you don't want people to look at you like any kind of way, but you can't do everything. Like, I had an event last year. It was called the Braid Boss Brunch, and I've been sitting on this idea for, I'm talking about at least 5 years, to host events for braiders, to come together, network, learn from each other, and to see that there is space for all of us and there is a room for all of us. You see so many rooms being created for the people that lay lace, the wig slayers, and all that good stuff or whatever. But I've never seen a room full of braiders.
Yeah,
I haven't. I've never seen it. And I sat on this idea for 5 years, and I did it, and I prayed about who I would have on my panel since it was my first one. And just so happened, the people that were on my panel, I had been following them since I was back in Arkansas, like, for years. And by the grace of God, they all said yes. But I was nervous to even ask them. Like, they live here, like, they from here. I'm not. But I was nervous to ask them for help. And when the event came, my, the food person backed out. and I had to make the food myself. And I'm being very transparent. Made the food myself, and when one of the panelists, she pulled me to the side because we started like, I went 10 minutes behind schedule or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, this is what happened. And she was just like, why you didn't ask for any help? Like, we would have helped you or whatever. And I'm just like,
it's hard.
It is really hard, especially when you're the type of person that does everything and everybody comes to you for all the answers and you got to figure out everything. It is very hard to open your mouth and ask for some help. And for that to be my first event, it was successful, but of course I learned some things or whatever. And now I know, baby, I'm finna ask. I don't care if it's the day of. Y'all know somebody?
Yeah, because they might. You never know. Yeah, if you don't ask,
and she knew somebody. Know. She was just like, girl, I knew somebody. Had you just asked.
Yep.
If you just asked.
It's tough. Because I struggle with it too, so I get it.
And even with not even relating to events, but just doing hair, period. A lot of upcoming stylists, they want to ask us OGs, like, I'm going to DM her and, ask her for a tip or something like that, or like, how does she do that? I'm not going to hold you because I had to pray this up off me, because a lot of people would inbox me and DM me about stuff that, like, it took me years to learn and develop. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I'm not giving that information for free. I'm not, because you don't know what I went through to get to what you looking at on social media. So if you're going to ask an OG for help, be mindful of what you're asking them and how you're asking, so it doesn't come off as if you're wanting a handout or, like a hand up, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna slide in your DMs and ask you, okay, so what kind of lace glue do you use? Like, exactly how long do you leave the band on? Yeah. Do you sew the wig down in the back? Like,
pretty much how you install this whole wig.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you install the whole wig? Like, if they're not a YouTuber, like, even if they are a YouTuber, like, just go watch the video. Yeah. But don't go to an OG asking them specifically direct questions of how they do what they do, because it took them a long time to develop it. Yeah. But what you can do, because I do have a lot of braiders in my inbox asking me about marketing. Like, I'm trying to get like you. How did you get your following? Like, I just love your confidence. Like, stuff like that. I can answer that because that's easy. Like, and the main thing, I'm sorry, a lot of y'all gonna get tired of hearing it, but it's true consistency.
That's really it. That's
when it comes to social media marketing, consistency is the key. Oh, that was a bomb segue, baby. I'm getting real behind this mic. And we're gonna keep that in there too, okay? When it comes to social media, like, you have to be consistent. Like, if you think you're going to take a class, because I've had people take my class and I tell them, like, I spend a lot of time on marketing specifically because that's the hardest thing for people to grasp. And it's the thing that's going to make you your money. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, we are in social media era. Like, everything is on social media. People are in their phones 24/7. And if you are in your phone 24/7, if they're in their phones 24/7, baby, you're going to see me at least 3-4 times a day. You're going to see me. I've gotten a little lazy with the TikTok, because with the TikTok, that's my main platform. TikTok is my main platform. And no matter what time of day I post or how much I post, like, I got motion on TikTok, okay? I ain't trying to be humble about it. Your girl got motion on TikTok, okay? Follow me, BeautéMogul. But I had to work my way up to that. And that's not a good thing. I'm working my way out of that. But since COVID, that's when TikTok became like the thing. Yeah. Soon as shutdown came in, TikTok was the thing. And when I say I hit the ground running, I was posting every day as if it was Instagram. But TikTok, when they wasn't controlling the algorithm, like, I was getting hundreds and thousands of views, like, with every video that I posted, every single video. So I'm like, okay, I got to stick with this plus the hashtags. If they tell you hashtags don't work, they're lying.
That's how I look up stuff as hashtags.
Talk about it. That's how people find you, okay? And this is a free marketing tip that I teach in my class. When you post something, say for example, if I'm doing boar braids, the hashtags need to be related to that style. Knotless braids, boar, bohemian, human hair braids, Dallas braider. I'm using my location and what I do. Dallas knotless braids. Like, I get you want to be known or whatever. You want to have the following gonna come. So don't be hashtagging Atlanta, Miami, New York, and you live in Mississippi.
I used to do that.
I used to too, but that was confusing the algorithm.
It was. And the people, because some people would DM you and like, hey, I want to book with you. I just want to make sure you were in Houston. It's like, no, I'm in Dallas.
No, I'm in
Dallas. But I found you on Houston. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, let me stop.
Yeah.
But they used to tell you to do that, though.
Yeah.
They did used to tell you to do that. But I did stop because I was like, I feel bad for these people. They was really about to book. And
girl,
I'm nowhere near Miami or Houston. Or, yeah, don't do that.
Girl, Miami was hitting me up bad. I said, maybe I need to catch a flight.
Miami, Chicago. Yes. I used to do them all the time.
All the top cities, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston,
and
Miami.
Even when I would type in the hashtag just on my own search engine and I would be on the thing. Yeah. I'd be like, I don't even live there. Like,
don't live there. Baby, I was finna catch a flight to Miami. Because y'all was hitting me up. But I'm like, you know what, that ain't, God ain't tell me to do that.
Not yet, sis.
No, not yet. But it's coming. Mark my words. It's coming. I'm going to be in your city looking pretty, doing somebody's hair, okay? But back to what I was saying. When you post, you need to, especially when you're a new hairstylist, braider, nail tech, whatever, you need to hashtag your city down under every single post you make. Don't skip a beat because that is how the people are going to find you, okay? That's how the folks found me in Dallas. And when I tell you, it's been up ever since. Dallas braider, Dallas knotless braids, or what have you. Also, when it comes to social media, don't try to stretch yourself so thin to where you're literally trying to be this big person on every platform.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's not going to happen. You are putting too much pressure on yourself. And I got exhausted doing it. Trying to build an Instagram, trying to get my Instagram and Facebook like my TikTok.
Baby, I still struggle. Like, Instagram is my main platform, and I keep telling myself, Jasmine, get on TikTok. Post on TikTok. Take the same video from Instagram, put it on TikTok.
And do.
But I don't. It's another job to do this social media stuff. It's another job. And when I get home, I be tired. I may do one or two to get me through the next few days, but I'm going to do better. I am. I'm going to do better. Okay. Like you said, I'm not going to spread myself thin, but I'm going to make it a priority to start, working my way to TikTok too and juggling those two. I know it's going to be another job, but I'm going to try.
But what makes it easier, because TikTok is my main platform, I'll edit my videos and whatever I edit them on. I'll post it on TikTok. And now TikTok, you got to update your TikTok because they just changed it. At first, when you would save, the TikTok, it would have the watermark on it with the music and everything. So therefore, you couldn't really, if you did post it on Instagram, you would see the watermark, and then the algorithm wouldn't push the TikTok video that you posted on Instagram because it had the TikTok logo. If you've updated your TikTok, now TikTok automatically saves the video that you post and the music to your phone automatically when you post.
Oh, with the audio too?
With the audio. Yeah. So now all you got to do is take that video, post it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts.
I'm going to try it.
When I tell y'all, your girl be on it, okay? I be on it, baby. Work smarter, not harder, okay? Because it is a freaking job trying to make. And then what messed me up, I was trying to make each platform look different.
Yeah, because you feel like you don't want it to be the same.
Yeah.
Girl, they don't care.
They
don't
don't
see
care.
The content. They don't care if it's the same.
Mm-hmm. We put too much on ourselves with this, the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Why can't we go back to just doing hair?
I mean, we do, but we want it to be cute in the background.
But I came up in an area where it didn't matter.
It didn't.
It didn't matter. Like, I know it's some OGs out there, like, all the aesthetics, I get it, but baby.
It's just because of we're in the social media era. So you
Yeah.
have to put whatever attracts the eyes.
Right.
And then people time spans, attention span is so small.
It's shorter, yeah.
So, baby, if your video is longer than, 8 to 10 seconds, you lost them. So you have to put all that 2, 3 hours, 8 hours worth of work in 8 seconds. Do y'all know how hard that is? Like,
very hard. And we're perfectionists. Like,
yeah, I'm not just going to literally just put a slideshow. No, like, I want it to be like, you be like, oh, I want to watch that again. I want you to roll it back.
Over and over and over and
over.
Yeah.
It's another job.
I hate it, but I love it because it brings me money.
I know, and I love to do it. I actually enjoy making the content. It's just once you have to, it's the editing.
Yeah, it's the editing for me. But once, cause I do YouTube. We on YouTube, girl. But I vlog, and once I stopped making it I had to switch my mindset because I used to think like, oh, I gotta edit. I don't feel like it. It takes so long. I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it. Like, it's not giving. The numbers are not numbering. I don't get any views. Like, I'm literally having a mental battle with myself every day with this stuff. Next thing you know, a week then went by. I ain't post nothing. I don't have anything edited. And now I don't got no clients. Where the folks at?
Consistency.
Where the folks at? Baby, I had to push my way out of that. And once I got out of that, baby, I could edit all day. I'm finna get my content because the more you put out there, the more opportunities are gonna come to you. I always tell my students, what you put out is what you're gonna get back. So if you put out nothing, like, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, nothing's gonna happen. If you take a braiding class, and I've had students to do this, they would take my braiding class and I will tell them, you've taken the class, you have pedal to the metal. You gotta be on go mode. Like, you don't lose it. Don't take this class and then 3-4 months down the line, you ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't done nothing. Now you feel like you done lost everything that you learned, or you're second guessing yourself. Like, don't do that. Especially when y'all take class and somebody taking the time to give you the knowledge and they showing you the game, giving you the game. Like, girl, put that work in from day one, the day you take the class. Like, that marketing ain't no joke. You want to market, you taking the class. Like, that's content. Like, when they say everything is content, everything is content.
Yes.
Everything is content.
But don't think when you do take the class that you're going to walk out that class and be just like them. That was a big mistake. When I was teaching classes, they just knew, as soon as tomorrow, I can do the same thing on somebody here without you here. No. You have to go. The point is to get the knowledge. And apply it.
Yes.
Practice makes perfect. You have to practice with the knowledge you just gained. It's not going to come to you tomorrow. Like, you can't take my class and be JRenee 2.0 tomorrow. It's not going to work like that.
Because how long did it take you to become JRenee? This version?
Years. Decades, literally. Like, we both started braiding at 7. Like, that still matters. Like, you're like, oh, you're a kid, you're just playing. No. Like, you're legit learning. And me, I'm a visual person. Like, when my mom used to take us to the shop, back then, 20 people at one time. I'm watching everything. Everything. And I may have been 10 and 11 and I can't, spritz somebody's hair down and all that stuff. But when I got 14 and I started doing my friend's hair and my coach's hair and my sister teammates' hair, I remember everything that I took just sitting in that shop. Yeah, everything. You got to take that knowledge, go with it. But it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time.
It's not. And you have to actually apply yourself. Don't think that you finna take a class and you say, okay, in a month from now, that's when I'm going to start. I'm going to give myself time when I have it all together to start. Now,
how do you know when you're going to have it all together?
Do you have it all together?
No, I don't have it all together.
And we how many years in?
Right. Like,
because that's what a lot of my students say. Well, I'm going to just wait till I have it all together or whatever. Because I did a class in my house. I have basically it's a suite. It's an extra room, and I turned it into a salon suite. And that's where I held my class. And she was just like, this is beautiful, but I don't think I could do this.
Why?
I was like, why? And she was like, the fact that you're working from home, like you're hosting your class from home or whatever, like I think I'm going to wait till I have all my stuff together and I have all my aesthetics and everything like that. And I'm just like, well, you're never going to start.
Right.
Because for one, the aesthetics are forever changing. Forever changing.
That month you waited is going to be different from what you got that month before. And then you're going to be like, oh, but I thought, no, it's already
And then you're
gone.
going to be trying to play catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And especially catch up in your mind, that's a whole nother, mental exercise and battle.
Especially if you're a overthinker, because I'm one.
I am.
Big time.
Oh my gosh, I overthink
Big
everything.
time.
I overthink
It's
everything.
It's terrible.
But it's like, you got to do what you got to do. Okay? You got to do what you got to do and work with what you have.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I posted on my TikTok when, again, with my students saying that she wanted to wait. Well, it was multiple of them saying they wanted to wait till they had everything together. And I was telling them, make sure you get a salon chair that moves. You can pump up and down and everything like that. Telling them Facebook Market is the plug for all beginner salon equipment, okay? You ain't got to, look, you'll get to the aesthetics later. Yeah. Right now, you're trying to get that money. Okay.
Get the clientele first.
Yes,
and
get
then
the client.
do the aesthetics
yes,
later.
The aesthetics don't matter. My first client was at 13. I was doing $90 micro braids. I know, I'm old. I know.
$90?
$90. But
when you think about it now, $90.
Oh, and they told me I braided like the Africans.
For some micro braids?
And they was small. When I say small, I'm gonna insert a clip of my micro braids.
Girl.
Baby, can nobody tell me nothing.
Ooh,
but my mama set my price. My mama, she is who y'all see today. My mama is the reason why I even started braiding. Because like her, I was very observant. My mama did hair in our kitchen. We had a 2-family flat, long hallway every Saturday. Kid you not. She was cold with like the scissors, them spiked hairstyles back in the early 2000s. She braided her daughters, but that's what she was known for.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, it looked like a salon, in and out, people in and out, chairs lined up down the hallway. Come to find out, she was only charging $25. $25. She was shampooing in the sink. And when I tell you, like, it was like music playing, you feel like you in a salon.
Yeah.
And they was in a dining room chair. Back then, aesthetics wasn't nothing.
Yeah, that didn't matter at
in the
all.
early 2000s. They didn't care about none of that,
Girl,
okay?
in your basement. As long as you can
in
slay
your
that hair.
basement.
As long as you slaying that hair, they didn't care.
They didn't care about none of that.
You can be on the porch in the driveway,
on the porch, because I've seen that growing up.
In the heat. They don't
yes,
care.
on the porch, okay? And I had my first client in a white lawn chair. Do you remember them lawn chairs that we take to the barbecue? Yeah.
That's what I said, a lawn chair in the driveway. They didn't care.
That was my chair, okay? And we didn't have braid racks back then. I was 13. The hair was on the table.
Or in the client's hand.
The client's hand, or I'm constantly
just
picking it up and pulling it apart. And that's where I started, okay? And look where I am today. Like, and even in my in-home salon, because a client broke my chair, I went on Facebook Market. I had to hurry up and get something. Yeah. I couldn't wait on a chair to be shipped a week from now. Like, I'm not worried about the aesthetics. I got clients booked. I got to get this money. I'm not going to cancel them. Can't cancel them because I need that coin, okay? Let me go on Facebook Market. Found me a $50 chair. Baby, I'm going to make some shake. It all do the same thing, okay? So having it all together, like, you'll never start. Start with something. I started in a white lawn chair.
Work with what you have.
Work with what you have. Them folks don't care about all that. They don't care.
The rest will come.
Oh, speaking of hair magazines, I just knew.
What?
I knew I was going to be in that magazine. You know what magazine I'm talking about? With the hair, and it would say the city.
Yeah.
I just knew I was going to be. Where did that magazine go? What is the name of that?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. I don't know. But you remember, that is so crazy. I think somebody did like a photo shoot with this, but they really used to pick their hairstyles out of a magazine and like be sitting there waiting. They didn't care about waiting 3 hours. They was sitting there through the magazine. Baby, put them right here. I could never. Like, what?
Girl.
Because we be having our hairstyle like
pre-planned.
in advance. to walk in the salon and like find your hairstyle in a magazine is crazy.
It's absurd.
That's crazy.
And girl, look,
the times. You think you could live in that time? Because they switch their hair every week though.
Yes, they did. Now look now.
Yeah.
They was in there every week faithfully. When I tell you every Saturday our house was bumping, like bumping, like.
Don't let it be nothing going on in the city, baby. 40, 50 clients.
Back then, when the Kings of Comedy came to St. Louis, baby,
40,
a concert,
people.
Genuine, whoever. My mama was in that kitchen all night, day.
But $25 though. Back then went a long way when you got 20 people. Like, think about it, baby. Cash flowing.
Yes.
Cash. It may not work today, but back then, shoot. Don't let a game come on, a comedy show, a basketball game, baby.
$25. $25. My mama shampooed and spiked with the Marcells on the stove. The chair was next to the stove.
Yeah, because we needed to be
hot, fresh off the stove. And then talking about the money aspect of how fast we make money in this industry. Let's talk about how you can easily be a broke hairstylist.
No, seriously.
You can have the biggest following and be making money and still be broke if you do not have the financial mentality to not spend your money as soon as you get it.
Or before you get it.
But mentally.
Before you get it.
Mentally.
Because some people pre-plan like, oh, tomorrow I got this many clients. I'm making this much money. They're going to spend it that day before that tomorrow even come. But you're not considering what if 2 of those clients cancel and don't nobody replace them. You're already short two clients. Then what?
Baby, you SOL.
You in debt already and the day ain't even
started. Already. Because, baby, a lot of, we all been there. Like, in the beginning. When
we didn't know.
We didn't know. Didn't nobody teach us. But this is what this platform is for, because us coming up, we didn't have this. Nobody was talking. Nobody was educating us on what we do with our money, how to spend it, how to save. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the tools. My mama didn't have those tools. Like, not saying that she was. She had a job. She did hair. She sold jewelry. Like, and she was married. Daddy had a job, so she could spend whatever. But us nowadays, we really gotta. Baby, hold on to that money.
Especially with inflation.
When we get it. You can't just like y'all talk about them folks working paycheck to paycheck. Baby, you working from client to client. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that is the worst mentality to have. You have to learn how to sit on your money. Yeah. One thing that kind of helped me in the beginning, once my mindset changed, whatever money I made, and I would do it weekly. Whatever money I made that week, I would split it in half. And I would put some in my check-ins and the other half in my savings. And I'm going to be honest with you. That worked so good for me to the point where I had money in my check-ins. So whatever I made, it went to my savings. Like, didn't even touch it. So now I'm just seeing money. And it felt good.
Yeah,
it felt good not to want, not to be without. Like, it really felt good. So, y'all young hairstylists, you making a lot of money.
It's
okay?
Like it's like a drug dealer.
Yeah, we are. I always say hairstylists are legalized drug dealers.
No, seriously.
Yes, I can take a $20 bag of hair and flip it to $600 real quick.
It's that fast cash.
Fast.
Like you said, you gotta sit on that money. Don't spend it before you get it. Actually, if you change the mindset of, oh, I know I'm getting this tomorrow. I already know what I'm finna spend it on. Know what you're getting tomorrow, but be like, okay, I know I'm getting this tomorrow, but I'm saving this. Before I ain't touching nothing until I put this in my savings or put it aside. And then you can start thinking that way. That way you still building your savings account. Yeah. And you not stumbling when you need it. Because anything can happen. Your tire, something can blow out. Anything. And then you like,
anything.
Dang, okay, well, then you want, let me go see if I can do a climb real quick. What if you can't? What if nobody shows? Like, you can't depend on the what if of tomorrow and what you're expecting because it may not come.
Or a lot of people, I've heard this, a lot of people be running the special. Let me run a special real quick to get some quick money to get the folks in, because I used to do that when my mindset wasn't right. And I stopped. Now I run specials for a purpose. Okay? Y'all, I'm giving y'all tea. Okay? Don't be popping up with a special just because you need the money because you don't have no money.
Yeah.
Like, Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because then the people like, dang. Okay, and then a lot of hairstylists, they be telling on themselves when the clients get in their chair.
What
Like
you mean?
they really do.
What you mean?
Like, because I've seen somebody do this when I was in an open floor salon. She was sitting right next to me, and she had posted that she was doing a special, and later on that week, some people came in or whatever, and she was like, yeah, girl, because I just need this money, you know. My kids need this. I ain't got no money. I'm broke and all this other stuff. And the client was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
like,
they take stuff like that in.
yeah, and of course, we never seen her again. But
Because that's temporary. You're not building clientele that's, you know, residual. Like, they're going to come consistently.
Yeah.
You're just in the moment. You're just trying to get a quick buck.
that's it.
And that shows, though.
It do.
And clients, they pick up on
They-
that, and
they
they're like,
feel
oh,
that.
yeah, I already know what type of stylist. You're not caring about the health of my hair. You're not caring about the longevity of it. You just, like, you need some money.
That's
You're a
it.
hustler. You need some money. You're trying to hustle me. Because if something go wrong or you did my hair so quick, you're trying to hurry up and get this money and go do what you need to do with it, and something go wrong or you messed up or I hit you back, and then it's like no answer, no response. Oh, that's on you. That's probably something you did. And it's like, oh, so you don't want a client.
Yeah.
You just want them.
Just a quick customer, because there's the difference between clients and customers.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
Chair hoppers is a thing.
Talk about it.
It's a thing. They want the best special.
Oh,
Those specials that you
the
see.
specials
Yeah.
gonna get you them customers and them chair hoppers, okay? What's her name? Braids by Kamisha. She said this on my panel at my event. She said, if you are running a special all the time, you're gonna be a special kind of person. And what that means is you're not even allowing people to respect you for what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to run a special, again, it has to have a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just because, I'm just trying. First of all, and stop running specials for every season, every time a leaf fall,
Every holiday.
every so-called holiday, Groundhog's Day,
Every
Leprechaun
event, every
Day.
concert. Like, come on now.
Stop it. You cheating yourself. You doing the same amount of work for
Less.
a lesser price. But that's a conversation for another day. But anyways, let the specials be for a purpose. And if you're running a special all the time, you're only going to attract people that they don't really respect you. Like all they care about is the price. All they care about is the price and the price only. They're not going to care about building a rapport. They're not going to care about referring you to somebody. And they don't refer you to nobody.
Yeah, because they literally
They
came
don't.
for
You
that
could be
special.
the best eating down, and they will not refer.
Somebody told me that too, like something similar to that, and they put it in a sense of brands, like clothing brands, shoe brands, whatever. They was like, what brands run a bunch of specials and what brands don't? So what brand are you trying to be?
Oh, okay.
You trying to be K-Swiss? You trying to be, like the least expensive? Because it's a certain crowd that you're marketing
You're going to attract, yep.
And it's okay, I'm not trying to say one is better than the other. But if you do think about it, all the designers, because everybody aspires to be designer down, do they ever have a sale? Like, they never, Christmas, they not dropping nothing.
No,
if anything, they're increasing the prices and making you think that you're getting a deal.
Yeah.
No. They do not ever, and I've never thought about that until she said, I'm like, they don't. She said, name one time that you seen Gucci have a 20% off.
Never.
Never. Louis Vuitton.
Never.
YSL. Never.
Never.
So like you said, if you always running specials, you're only entertaining a certain crowd. Because the other crowd who have it and they looking for quality and longevity in a relationship, they don't care about that special. They gonna tip you with that special that you took off.
They do. And they do.
Because they're looking for the service and the quality of their service. They don't care about that 20% off.
Yes. Even when I do run specials, because the demographic of my clientele has changed, and it has changed, and I'm grateful for everybody that sits in my chair. But what you put out is what you're gonna get back.
Yeah.
So again, like she said, if you constantly putting out specials, you're going to attract a certain type of folks. Okay, but if them are the type of folks that you don't want in your chair consistently, stop.
Stop advertising to them.
Yeah, stop advertising to them. But I noticed once I started promoting, not more so, I don't want to use luxury as the word, but just the value in my service and what I offer, because I'm not just a regular smuggler braider. I'm shampooing your hair. We talking about hair care. We getting that hair healthy, growing, and flowing. We trimming ends. Like, we doing all of that. And once I started to showcase that, it's kind of like the luxury kind of just fell.
It's gonna. That's
in
what
my
you're
lap.
Yes, because they're looking for that.
Yeah.
The other crowd, they don't care about that stuff.
No.
They're just care about. I just can't even talk. They care about the time being. Like, can this person do the style that I want right now? They're not looking past that.
Yes.
They don't care if you're going to be their stylist. They don't care if you're going to do another special next month when they need their hair. They don't care about that.
No, they don't. And I've had people, like, when I did run specials, of course, I was new to Dallas, so I don't know.
You're trying to gain your clients.
I don't know. But once I was running a special, I would see the certain type of people that would come to my chair or whatever, and whether I'm running a special or not, I'm still the same way.
Yeah.
Like, once you sit in my chair and I get in your head, I'm analyzing, I'm dissecting what products are you using. I see you have dry scalp. I see maybe this could possibly be some psoriasis. You need to go to a dermatologist to, confirm that. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose you. I'm just telling you from my experience what I'm looking at and what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I've had people on multiple occasions, only when I ran a special, I don't care about none of that. Just do my hair.
They don't care. They don't
I'm like, who doesn't care about their hair?
Some of them don't.
And they don't. Like, I'm just going to cover it up anyway. I don't care. I use whatever. Whatever smells good. And I'm just like, it's breaking my heart inside. But that showed me, like, okay.
You don't want those type of clients.
You're not the client for me.
Or even the ones, like, with the energies, the negative energies or the attitudes, or, like the ones who they're plotting, like, okay, I'm going to say I don't like this at the end. You're advertising to those type of clients. You're bringing them, you're inviting them in, and then you're the one left frustrated and, feeling like, oh, I did something wrong, or, I wish. You got to watch who you advertising to. You got to set a goal. And like I said, you got to climb that ladder too. Yeah. You can't just be fresh out the chair and not really experienced, don't really know what you're doing, and thinking you're going to get these high-end clients, because they care about your knowledge and your experience and how long what is it, What is it that you do when you apply for a job? Your resume.
Your resume.
They care about that.
Yeah.
They care about that.
They do care about that. And I'm 31. I've been braiding since I was 13 for money. And I'm just now getting those type of clients. Yeah. Like,
it takes time to get
I'm
those
telling
type
y'all,
of
like,
clients.
millionaires, multiple millionaires in my home. You know what I'm saying? So don't, like she said, don't think you just finna be popping. Like that, it takes time. It takes time to get where we are. Like, literally, take your time. Don't put too much stress on yourself. Don't compare yourself to nobody to make you feel like you in a race with anyone, because you're not. It's a marathon with you and you only. Keep your eyes on the prize. It's just you and God. This is your ministry, being behind that chair. Use it to your fullest. Let God use you as he see fit, okay? And you gonna win. At the end of the day, you're going to win. Work on yourself. Take accountability. You can deconstruct and construct at the same time. There's areas that you need to work on, and that's okay, because we are all human. And work on it, and you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. Take your time. You got it. And you gonna get that money, honey. Jay, this been a good time, girl. This been a good time.
I love this.
Y'all. Should she come back? She need to come back, y'all, because the conversation was...
We got more to talk.
Yeah.
We got more to talk about, because we be therapists too.
And do.
We be therapists.
And don't got no therapist license.
At all.
Okay?
At all.
So the next, y'all, comment down below. Say JRenee. Drop some brown and green hearts so she can come back and talk to y'all and educate y'all and elevate y'all, because she got the tea too. And don't forget to follow her. All of her information will be in the description box below. But Jay, do you got any products or anything, classes? What you got coming up?
I do. I am going to start doing more online courses, webinars, stuff like that. And I do have a silkening mist. I am going to restock next month for November holidays. It will all be restocked. So, yeah, and we will drop that in the comments below
And
to give y'all
we'll.
more information on how to get that.
Yes, period. And y'all better purchase it. Okay? Because it's silk press season. And we need the silk press to be silky. And the extensions too.
Yes.
Because it's universal. It's a universal product.
Yes, it will make your hair bounce straight.
Like
It's going
hers.
to sleek that ponytail. It's going to get them closure
Girl,
flyaways
them
to lay
ponytails.
down.
If y'all have not seen her ponytails.
That's what I use. That is my best friend with the ponytails. That Silky Mist.
Honey,
I can't do a ponytail without.
I got to get me one. Period. And
I'ma
y'all
bring
better
you
get
some.
yes. And y'all better get y'all one too. Well, y'all, that is it for today's episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Today was a vibe, okay?
Yes.
Make sure y'all like this video, comment down below, share it to your sister, your mother, your cousin, your sister, and your brother, okay? Because we educating and elevating over here, all right? Thank y'all for tuning in to the Beautè Hustle Podcast. Until next time,
Bye, y'all.
bye.